Hello and welcome to CAPS 13. I'm Cade Cowdery.
And I'm Trey Thomas. We've got a great show for you today. Stay tuned for highlights of Pitt State campus, students, and the beautiful community of Pittsburgh.
More than 390,000 children are in foster care systems in the United States. A group of Pittsburgh residents strive to do their part in aiding the foster families in our area. CAPS 13 reporter Emily Crowley has the rest.
Fostering Connections, a local Southeast Kansas nonprofit, works to benefit foster families. From parent trainings, teen impact events, kids' night out, a free clothing closet, and more. Fostering Connections works to empower our local foster families. Lacey Nicholson, Executive Director of Fostering Connections, noticed the need for aid in our community.
Our eyes were just drastically open to the great need for more quality homes in Southeast Kansas. We saw many kids who would come without anything. They would come with maybe a trash bag or without anything into our home. We would get calls oftentimes in the middle of the night. So that really does happen. It was happening that children were sleeping on the floor, sometimes at the police department. Many children were having to be transferred to Wichita or Kansas City because at the time there weren't enough homes in the Southeast Kansas area. And so we saw foster families just craving some support and craving interaction and craving someone that knew and understood how they felt and what they were going through.
Fostering Connections provides fellowship and aid for foster families in Southeast Kansas. The organization also makes an impact on their volunteers. Alexa Owens, Pitt State student, shares how the organization has impacted her.
There were so many of them that were just like the funniest, goofiest kids. And it was just really fun to know that I was helping these foster parents have a night off to just be normal parents, be normal adults, and just kind of like have a night to themselves. And it was really great just like hang out with the kids and just trying to make sure they had a fun night.
To find ways to get involved with Fostering Connections, visit fosteringconnectionsks.org. The organization is always looking for volunteers, donors, and positive role models.
It's amazing to see the Pittsburgh community working together for such a cause. Check out fosteringconnections-ks.org for more information.
The Honors College of Pittsburg State University is excited to announce the winner of the second annual Cohort Cup. CAPS 13 reporter Corey Humble takes a deeper look at this tradition.
The second annual Cohort Cup is well underway. Many students have been actively competing and getting positive experiences out of the activity. Eric Jantz, a participant, has this to say about the competition.
For me, the best part is seeing other people there, the friends that I made in my cohort and with other cohorts, and also getting to know people that I don't necessarily know as well.
The events team hopes that this will be a tradition for many years to come. They hope to foster the same sense of bonding that Eric describes. The events coordinator, Madison Reese, took a moment to explain the Cohort Cup to CAPS 13.
And so it's a bunch of different activities, and it pits the cohorts against each other, and it's scored. And then at the end of the year, we announce the winner at the convocation, and they get a cool little trophy.
This year, Madison and her team have taken it upon themselves to make the event even better. They wanted to provide a better experience for years to come.
We switched it up this year because we just kind of needed a different approach to it. And so what we're doing this year is kind of scoring it like a track meet type of deal. So there's two ways you can score points. It's either through attendance or through performance. And we total all those points up. Whoever has the most points at the end of the year wins.
Members are excited to participate for many years to come and don't think Honors College would be quite the same without it.
The Cohort Cup events have been some of the funner things I've done at Pitt State. I think that it definitely, hopefully it continues.
The winner of this year's competition will be announced on Monday, May 8th. And if you want to find out more about the competition, check out the PSU Honors College Association on Instagram. As always, this is Corey Humble from CAPS 13.
Thank you, Corey, for the great information on Pitt State's Honor College. Be on the lookout to see how you can join the Honors College this upcoming semester. Community, philanthropy, and fighting hunger. These are not typically the words associated with sororities, but Pittsburg State's Alpha Gamma Delta is more than a stereotypical group of girls. CAPS 13 reporter River Peary shows us how Alpha Gamma Delta is working for the better good.
Sorority life is about community and helping those around you. Alpha Gamma Delta at Pittsburg State University fosters community inside sisterhood, supporting its members in a variety of ways, such as academically, providing leadership opportunities, forming friendships, and much more.
Opportunities I've had to be a leader have just helped me grow as a human being and definitely a college student. I've been in 3 positions on executive council in my 4 years in the chapter.
Leadership opportunities such as holding an officer position or leading events is encouraged for their members. Alpha Gamma Delta has its own involvement and activities, but also encourages members to be involved on campus in clubs, with other Greek life, and in the community overall.
A bunch of stuff with the local community. We also participate in other philanthropies. We're not just fighting hunger and that's the only thing we do. Our members love to branch out.
For GAM, being involved in the community is more than just appearing to events. Alpha Gamma Delta's philanthropy is fighting hunger, not only aiding those in Pittsburgh, but also around the world. The Lord's Diner and the Wesley House are some local food banks that GAM provides to through food drives and raising money to donate. They also have a mac and cheese feed every year during the fall semester. The money raised is donated to fighting hunger.
My favorite would actually be what happened a few weeks ago, which is Pie a Gam. So we raised money towards our philanthropy, and so people got to pay money to pie someone in the face. So that was actually really fun to see.
Alpha Gamma Delta is more than just a sorority. It's also community, leadership, opportunity, fighting hunger, and much more.
That story was by CAPS 13 reporter River Peary. Thank you, River, for giving us the scoop on Alpha Gamma Delta.
After the break, CAPS 13 reporter Emily Crowley gives us a quick look for what's to come with our pop culture update.
Coming up, CAPS 13 reporter Emily Crowley with a pop culture update. Tucker Carlson leaving Fox News after over a decade. Taylor Swift, Swifties, and insane Eras Tour ticket prices. How Meghan Trainor and her negative remarks on educators is blowing up TikTok. More on pop culture when we get back.
And as we go to break, CAPS 13 reporters take to the streets to ask their fellow students some thrilling questions.
Hi, I'm Ryan. Come along with me as we interview other Pitt State students. I'm here with
Emma. Taylor.
Alright, what has been your favorite memory about Pitt State so far?
I would say meeting all of my friends. I was an athletic trainer for the football team, so I was with the football team all season, so it was quite fun.
And what's been your favorite thing about the town of Pittsburgh?
We got a Marshalls, so that's exciting. You can go on really great drives because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm here with
Chris.
Alright, Chris, what song are you listening to right now?
Podcast, Pardon My Take.
Alright. Everyone watch Part of My Take? Alright, I'm sitting here with Gus. Gus, what's been your favorite memory here at Pittsburg State? Very interesting, Gus.
If you're thinking about joining a sorority on campus, you should definitely consider Tri Sigma. It really gives you a community on campus, and we did win Sorority of the Year this year, which was really exciting. And our involvement on campus is really good.
Our sorority has many philanthropies. We have 3 local philanthropies, which are the Allie Kemp Take Foundation, Sigma Saves, and Mosaic. We have 2 national philanthropies, which are the Robbie Page Memorial Fund and March of Dimes.
Going through the Sigma initiation process was exciting. My favorite part was the big little reveal.
My favorite part of initiation week is when your pledge class goes over late at night to the Sigma Chi house and we get to spray paint their gorilla and we add our letters, our pledge class year, and basically anything we want onto it. It's a pretty fun time and it's a really good bonding moment for your pledge class.
Sigma provides its members with a lot of volunteer opportunities. Most recently, we had the Big was a big community cleanup for anyone in the community that needed help with yard work and cleaning up their yards, and it was really fun, and we had a really good turnout of over 300 participants. Sigma is a support system, Sigma is a community, and Sigma is sisterhood.
Welcome back. I'm Emily Crowley, CAPS 13 reporter with this week's Pop Culture Update. News reporter Tucker Carlson leaves Fox News after 11 years. This past year, he averaged 3.32 million viewers per show. Carlson is known for speaking out against government censorship. For the first time since leaving Fox News, he spoke out saying both sides are actively working to silence those who speak out against them. Taylor Swift is in the midst of her Eras Tour. Swifties are going crazy about the tour that exhibits her 10 albums. Experts say that at the end of the tour, Taylor may have grossed $620 million. This summer, tickets to Arrowhead in the nosebleeds are going for $1,000. No matter the ticket price, Swifties are still showing up and showing out for Taylor Swift and her Eras Tour. F teachers, said Meghan Trainor on her podcast, Workin' It. She says that she said this because she feels like educators have failed herself and those that she loves. TikTok did not take that lightly. They responded to Trainor's comments with endless love towards teachers, but also endless hate towards Trainor. Meghan Trainor then uploaded what TikTok called a poorly executed apology. Will TikTok ever forgive Meghan Trainor? Stay tuned to find out. That's this week's Pop Culture Update. I'm Emily Crowley, CAPS 13 reporter.
The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity here on campus values brotherhood and helping others. CAPS 13 reporter Cade Cowdery has the inside scoop on Pike.
The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity has recently announced new initiatives to further their commitment to academic excellence and community service. The fraternity also provides strong ties of brotherhood that last a lifetime. With over 200 chapters nationwide, the Pi Kappa Alpha is one of the largest fraternities in the United States. Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity at Pittsburg State is making waves in the Greek community. With strong commitment to community service, the Pi Kappa Alpha is becoming one of the most recognized organizations on campus. Recently, the fraternity has been recognized for their efforts to give back to the community in last semester's Veterans Day celebration, as well as Project Homeless, as well as this semester's Greek for a Day. However, the chapter still continues to leave a legacy on and off campus. Rex Sasoff has more.
A few weeks ago, we had Alumni Work Day. This was so beneficial to the house and the chapter. We fixed things around the house like the leaning fence, installed light fixtures, as well as put the finishing touches on our new roof. We have also made several strides this semester, refurnishing our downstairs foyer and rec room. This chapter has provided me with a very strong-willed group of individuals that might not necessarily be the smartest, but each and every guy in this house has the best intentions in mind.
And while Pike may be referred to as the animal house, they sure do know how to fix a fire truck.
I remember one day I was super stressed out with school, and I just needed to talk with some brothers and just get reeled back into reality. But we ended up going on a drive for a while, and we didn't realize where we were, but we ended up in Oklahoma. But the fact is that I can just get close with my friends and be able to talk for hours and have meaningful conversations is really meaningful in my college experience.
Thank you, Cade, for the look into the brotherhood of Pike. We will be right back after this break.
Fostering Connections is modeled after James 1:27, where God calls Christians to look after orphans.
They would come with maybe a trash bag or without anything into our home. We would get calls oftentimes in the middle of the night. So that really does happen. It was happening that children were sleeping on the floor, sometimes at the police department. Many children were having to be transferred to Wichita or Kansas City because at the time there weren't enough homes in the southeast Kansas area. And so we saw foster families just craving some support and craving interaction and craving someone that knew and understood how they felt and what they were going through.
Fostering Connections aims to aid foster families physically, emotionally, and spiritually. To find out how to get involved as a foster family or as a volunteer or donor, visit fosteringconnectionsks.org.
Whether it's jumping into a freezing pool or playing kickball in the rain, the women of Alpha Sigma Alpha are raising money to support one of their philanthropies. Throughout the years, these women have been raising money to support this very special cause. CAPS 13 reporter Alexa Owens has the story.
One local sorority is helping find ways to raise money for the Special Olympics while still enjoying the spring weather.
Our sorority started the kickball tournament fundraiser for Special Olympics this time last year, so in spring of 2022. The organizations that participate range from the sororities and fraternities on campus as well as other campus organizations.
Earlier in the semester, the women of Alpha Sigma Alpha also participated in the 2023 Southeast Kansas Polar Plunge for Special Olympics Kansas. Their kickball tournament fundraiser event was able to raise nearly $200 towards their philanthropy. Many members of Alpha Sigma Alpha were cheering on their friends throughout this event. Unfortunately, when the rain turned into hail, they had to end the games early for the safety of the participants. Playing kickball may seem all fun and games for some, but for one member of the sorority, this cause has a much deeper meaning.
I love just being out here and showing our support. Special Olympics is really important to me just because I've had friends with disabilities, and I think it's important for everyone to just show their support for people with disabilities because they do have a difficult life than others, and I think it's just kind of an awesome way for us just to show our support. This event has been really, really fun, and I cannot wait to be doing this next few years.
For CAPS 13 News, I'm Alexa Owens.
Thank you, Alexa, for giving us a glimpse into the Special Olympics and Alpha Sigma Alpha.
Now we're about to experience being in Sigma. CAPS 13 reporter Maddie Graff shows us how it has impacted her and others.
Go!
Being a part of Sigma Sigma Sigma, you're going to do fun things like spray paint the gorilla. Also, we were Derby Day darlings, so join Sigma.
Yay!
Being a part of Sigma, you definitely have your silly and funny moments, but this organization and sisterhood also builds strong-willed and powerful women to send out into the future.
Being a part of the Chi chapter brings so many opportunities, like sisterhood events where we get to bond through painting nails and watching movies together and making late-night Taco Bell runs.
Being a part of the Chi sisterhood, you get to experience things like having late-night study dates with your sisters, making at-home dinners in the house, hammocking in the backyard, making DIY plants, having late-night snacks, and going on retreat trips to get to know everyone better.
Being a part of Sigma, we have so many philanthropies and there's so many ways to help out and volunteer. One being my favorite is the Sigma Saves organization that we have, and my favorite thing that we did this year is All Hands In, where everyone got to come and put a hand on the banner and just spread love.
Sigma Saves is not our only amazing philanthropy that we have. We also have the Allie Kemp Take Foundation, our Mosaic, the Robbie Page Memorial Fund, and the March of Dimes. These philanthropies, local and national, give us so many fun things to do. This year, the Robbie Page Memorial Fund, we put on a Robbie Page pageant that we got members of the fraternities here on Pitt State campus to participate in. And for the March of Dimes, in the beginning of the year, we held a wiffle ball tournament.
Sigma is a support system, Sigma is a community, and Sigma is sisterhood.
Sigma 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 really does create a beautiful community for their women.
Yes, they do. Thank you, Maddie Graff, CAPS 13 reporter, for sharing on Sigma Sigma Sigma. After the break, we get to look into the great work that the Lord's Diner does for the Pittsburgh community. Come on, come all, when we get back.
Pittsburg State University is home to nearly 6,000 students. We are a NCAA Division II school who take pride in being the only gorillas in the nation. With over 50 academic programs offered, you are sure to find your passion here at Pitt State. There are also multiple facilities here on campus that allow students to get the most out of their college experience. The Overman Student Center is the perfect place for students to work on homework, grab a bite to eat, or just relax and have a little fun.
Me and my friends love to go down to the basement of the student center, to the U Club. There's a lot of fun things you can do down there. You can play pool, you can play foosball, and you can also play ping pong down there.
The library is another common place for students to be.
I like going to the Axe Library because there's both group and individual study spaces, and it allows me to get my work done.
There are also many exciting events throughout the year hosted by our Gorilla Activities Board. There is never a dull moment here at Pitt State. If you are interested in becoming a gorilla, or if you just want to learn a little more about what Pitt State has to offer, visit our website at pittstate.edu.
The Lord's Diner is a local nonprofit organization that works throughout the week to serve members to their meals in the community. Of the ladies of Pittsburgh, the Lord's Diner's location works tirelessly to serve and break bread with anyone and everyone. Caps 13 reporter Haley Goodrich has the story.
The Lord's Diner has served the Pittsburgh community for the last 6 years. They started in Wichita and have expanded to other SUK communities since.
The diner, the inception was from Bishop Gerber, who was there, and he noticed all the homeless people around.
Bishop Gerber took it upon himself to step up and serve hot meals to the less fortunate.
Our mission is to serve basically anyone who comes to our door with dignity and respect.
At the Lord's Diner on 4th and Locust, they have racks full of donations, bread, cooking supplies, and canned goods, ready to go out to the community. During COVID, they adopted a food truck to go out and deliver meals, which they still use today.
I personally think that the food truck is a more economically sound way to deliver the meals.
But the organization does more than just help with food insecurity.
We do have some outreach. We have an outreach program where just the other day we actually had pre-dental students make like oral care bags. So it had toothpaste, a toothbrush, mouthwash. The sororities a lot of times will make care packages with like socks, gloves, a hairbrush, chapstick, things like that.
You can find them Monday through Friday starting at 3 p.m. at Knights of Columbus Towers, 4:15 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus Hall, and finally at 5:30 at Doremus Park. To support their cause, you can donate and become a volunteer by calling the Lord's Diner at 620-240-4134. Ask for Laura or Anna.
And when we get back from break, women's rugby, the power of a team on Pitt State's campus, and cooking with Alexa. I hear she has an amazing snack for us today.
Whoa, let's pause right there. Good job on going out and taking a hike, but do you know if that tree is safe to rest on? The main problem with this image here is this vine. How can you tell if it's poison ivy? Poison ivy is number 1 on our list of plants to avoid because it contains a resin that can induce an unpleasant skin rash if you touch it. Poison ivy you see here in Kansas will grow on a vine climbing up trees. The best way to tell if a plant is poison ivy is if it has 3 leaves. Remember the saying, leaves of 3, let it be. If you come into contact with poison ivy, the best way to avoid symptoms is to wash with soap and water thoroughly. If you contract a rash, rubbing calamine lotion on the area is effective. This has been Know Your Nature.
The Pittsburg State girls rugby team is looking for female athletes interested in playing sports. The athletic club team often travels to tournaments all around the country to cities such as New Orleans, St. Louis, and Kansas City, playing against all sorts of other teams. With the season coming to an end, I had a chance to talk to the girls about getting some new faces on the rugby field next year.
A good environment, good vibes, like the whole team in general, we all joined it because we want to be there, and since it is a club, it's a lot more chill, and it makes it a lot easier environment to be in.
Rugby can be very physical and filled with lots of contact.
But Pittsburg State girls rugby player River Peary claims that here at Pittsburg State, the team chemistry is built on communication, allowing for a safe and fun experience in a sport such as rugby.
A lot of people think of it as this very scary, intense sport, and it is intense, but if you just kind of listen and go along with it, it's not that bad at all. A lot of our practices are very communicative, like we try to keep an open line between the coach and other players.
Practices primarily take place at 2009 South Rouse Street, right across the street from the Tech Center from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The team is also flexible for players who have classes.
We base the times usually off of the entire team's schedule, so we send in our school schedules and stuff like that and try to make it work for everyone. Usually they're around 6:30 to 8 p.m. And we also have optional conditioning and weights workouts that you can just come to if you want as well.
Caps 13 News, Trey Thomas.
Typically, gorillas go for bananas, but today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm joined here today with Alexa, and she's going to show us how to make the perfect midday snack. What are you going to be making for us?
I'm going to be making some guacamole. It is so simple. Only a few simple ingredients. We have avocados, tomatoes, cilantro, minced garlic, lemon and lime juice, salt and pepper, and then some guacamole seasoning. And then, of course, we got some chips. So first, what you got to do is you just need to slice up some of your avocados. Very simple. You want to make sure they're ripe. Maybe set them out for a few days after you get them from the grocery store. And then if you could start cutting on that onion over there, that'd be really helpful. You see it take out some of the pits. It's not very hard. These ones are actually really small, so it's very nice. Avocados are actually really good for you. They are high in monosaturated fats, and they are a high source of fiber, so it's actually very nice. Just need to scoop out the avocado a little bit. It comes out in one nice scoop. Then I'm just going to put it on the cutting board while I will mash it with a fork later. So you just need to get all that out of there. It's very easy, very simple. Anyone can do it. You can get some kids to help, or you can just whip it up yourself very fast. I like to use it whenever I'm making like tacos or enchiladas, any type of Mexican food. I love to put some guacamole on top. So, and then you just need to get a fork, and then you just start mashing. You just need to mash your avocados all onto the ground. And then how are you doing on the onion over there?
I'm just about done over here with the onion.
You know, the best way to not cry when you're cutting onions is to have someone else do it for you. That's my trick that my sister
I'm starting to
unfortunately
tear
taught
up a
me.
little bit over here, believe it or not.
Do you have any tricks for not crying when you're cutting onions?
Usually, I heard a match in your mouth, just holding it with the lit side out. Not lighting the match, obviously.
Interesting.
But just a match in the mouth will help with that. But I cut up a quarter of an onion. I believe that's what the recipe called for.
Yes, if you want to empty that into the bowl, that will be perfect.
Go ahead and put these little
Just going to continue mashing.
Looks like we lost a little to the table.
If you want to cut up some tomatoes, that would be very helpful.
Awesome.
I chose some cherry tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes or canned tomatoes. It really doesn't matter. Just really any tomatoes that you would like. My dad loves using canned tomatoes because he likes to eat them just plain. So you just need to start scooping some of this avocado in there. It's a very simple recipe. There's really not much to it. You can do it for game days. You can do it everyday snack. After school snack is always very good. And then you literally just mash it and put it in there. Thank you. You can cut the tomatoes really any size. It does not matter at all. I'm going to continue scooping, but if you want to get some of that cilantro and just pick it, pull it apart in there.
Pull it apart.
You don't really need to cut it. There's no need. You can just use your hands as you see Kate doing and just put it in there.
Just go crazy.
I will warn you, it's a little messy making guacamole with avocados, as you can see, because it's a very mushy food. But if you want to start mixing, there's just, we can add some minced garlic real quick.
Go ahead, yeah, add some minced garlic.
Perfect, thank you. What's your favorite meal to eat guacamole with, or do you just like it plain?
You know, I could eat guacamole with chips. I could eat guacamole with my tacos. It really just depends. But I really do like some tacos and guac.
I actually have a friend who has never had guacamole in his entire life. Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
That is crazy.
We got to get him out here to try it.
Okay, if you want to add the final, some lemon juice actually real quick, and then some guacamole seasoning, and then that will be it.
Yeah, go ahead and, Trey, why don't you get over here? Come on over here and see if we can mash this together.
Start mixing it together.
Yeah.
We'll grab some chips.
That looks delicious.
Oh, she brought chips too. That's awesome.
Start mixing it together
She brought chips
here.
too. But now it's a fiesta.
Definitely.
Definitely a fiesta.
Want to give it a try?
I would love to,
Take a big old scoop on there.
How's it, Turi?
Let me just, there we go. Wow, that is delicious.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. I really enjoyed teaching you how to make a very easy snack.
Thanks for coming, Alexa. That's all today for Caps 13. I'm Cade Cowdery.
And I'm Trey Thomas. Have a safe night, folks, and good night.